I'm about to just put these away in a box. So before I do, I thought I might just, this is what that's going to look like, sort of thing, but I've got loads more. How the hell am I going to make them all fit? And have I got to sort of stain the wood behind, or paint it a certain colour to make it stand out, or do I just put them in as tight as, put everything as tightly as I can? I don't know, but these were just the tadpoles. But I'm not going to do this couple of tank spanners, blah blah blah. Do I keep them all this way, get more in? Do I just cram it in there or what? Because this is going to go up and across there, isn't it? It reaches between that pole and this pole, and that'll go up there. That'll be me a wrench display type of thing, because as part of my tidying regime, shall we call it, I've took them off here. I'm going to get rid of this, yeah, and put some shelves in for my taps and dies here. So I'm going to do that part of my tidying up regime and find a new home for this. So the first job is just cut all they're all through the wood. These are the other shelves. Just cut the end of these off, cut them all smooth, pull out the nails. We're going to have to make a workaround around these bolts sticking out, or maybe cut them off. We'll see how we get on. Yeah. So I just cut them off. I know you can pull them out and save them and blah blah blah, but do you see how I use them squares to spread the load when I bolt them together? So I'm going to just cut everything off now, leave the wood alone, and then attack it again with the shelving. So this way we haven't encouraged any more cuts and splits. You know, it was a good bit of wood, we stuck a nail in, rather than aggravate it out and then leaving a hole there and then almost creating a beginning of a possible split and whatever. I'd rather just leave it in there and just cut it out and then work around it. Yeah, I'm not really keen on pulling nails out of anything, especially if you're going to reuse it. Leave them alone, they're in, cut it off and then carry on, because you're not encouraging any splits or weaknesses coming in the wood. Well, that's my way of thinking. What's your way of thinking? So, how big is this shot plaster? 20 by 22, yeah, 23. 20 by 23. There, I've got an idea. Come on, let's see if it'll fit. Well, there, it's going to stick out a bit, isn't it? But if we bring it up higher, put it on another new set of shelves here, and that was 20 by, what were we? 20 brings us to there, so it's well tucked in out the way of the car, by 23, which would sort of go in there. Yeah, and I think it might just go in there as part of, I'll come back a bit. It could go in there, couldn't it? On top there, as part of another set of shelves or a box or something under here at that angle, because that wall moves at a funny angle now. So we've got to keep an eye on that. But it might just go there, mightn't it? Sort of thing. Out the way. Yeah. Worth thinking about. So, that's created a lovely space now, hasn't it? Woohoo! Get some shelves in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 or 9 shelves we'll get in there. So, it is. It is. Let's have a look. 29. Ooh, bigger. 29, 30-ish wide. Yeah, 30-ish wide. See what we've got now. When you're making shelves and stuff, you don't want to. You want to see there's a good space in it. You don't want to you don't want to cut all your bits up and then end up having loads spare. You want to use full use of them. So we've got a few long ones left if we need to. A couple offcuts, we got much use for them, but we've got quite a few of these that are at a fixed size. These have all come in at 47 inches. Yeah, so that's 47, this is 47, this is 47, this is 47, this is 47. So it'd be nice. Would it be more efficient to cut them in half and put a set of 2 shelves in with a piece in the middle? How are we going to make best use out of what we've got, rather than just cutting what we want out of longer pieces and then having loads of scrap behind? Let's make the most use out of what you've got. And it seems to be it's only these we've got left. We've got a couple of big ones here. We've got those, but I like to keep them. They're quite nice ones, aren't they? Let's look at the end here. We've got legs. We've got a couple of these ones right at the bottom of the stack. They can come out, can't they? They're just good enough for tap and die sets. Or would you have to put 2 in? And how long are they? How long are they? Let's have a look. Where are we? They are 1, 2, 9. And we get to use 2 of them stretch across. Same as these here, look. We've got them there at the bottom. These are them. These are those packing cases that have been de-stripped. It's not the same lots. This is that denailed. This is this lot. This lot is a whole load of wood that was denailed. Now we've used a lot of them, haven't we, in the shelving? So, which way to go? Which way is the best way to go? I'd like to use, at the moment I can't see any use for these, so I'd like to use these in the most efficient way. Let's pull all them out and let's have a look. Yeah, see how many we've got and what we can do with it. We've got plenty of them. I'm not really mad keen on cutting them to length and having any spare. No, because they're all the same length. I'd rather cut them in half and have 2 shelves out of each length. More efficient, you know. Yeah, let's not just cut 1 shelf with some spare. You don't know what to do with it. Let's try and figure out something that we can simply cut them in half. See how that'll fit in that shape. We need to use them as efficiently, because you don't know when you're going to get the next lot in, do you? So how can we use them in the most efficient way by not having any offcuts? Cut them in half. Let's do a bit of measuring and let's do a bit of planning. So those boards are 37 inches. So half of 47 is 23 and a half, which brings us to about there. Which, if we cut them in half, it brings us short here. But I mean, we could make 1 long shelf in here or do something here, couldn't we? Because the average distance between the shelves from the bottom of there to the bottom of the other one, which is the height of the shelf sort of thing, it's 4 inches. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It depends on how you can get a fixing. You might get 10, always the last one. You build them up and then you bring them, you fix them coming down. So you're going to get about 10 shelves out of it, aren't you? Yeah. So it means using 5 of those boards, but of course we're going to have one up here, aren't we, to close that space from there to there. I think 5 of those boards, yeah, I think that will be a better efficient way of using our taps and dies. But I have got some big boxes that I need to get rid of, and big boxes that I need to find a shelf for, because look at this mother here. Look at this mother. Look at the size of this mother here. We've got to find just one shelf for this. So what are we going to do with this one? This one is 31 inches. So are we going to get that in there? I can't remember. I don't think so. 31. Won't even fit in this gap. Okay, we'd swap it round and put some under here. But then means moving one of them up to here, you know. So, what we're going to do? Let's see how many brackets we need. Let's the brackets have to be 11 inches. 11 inches, right? So 2 per shelf. 11 inches, 2 per shelf. 11 inches, 2 per shelf, right? So, how many are we going to get out of this? This is 31. So 11, we'll get 2. So one of these is a shelf, which is going to be just fine. So how many shelves can we get out of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it only 6 we're going to get? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shelves we're going to get out of them. 7 shelves we're going to get out of them, and we want 9 or 10 shelves. It's doable, because all you'll do is just make a bigger gap or move one of these bigger boxes into one of the bigger shelves. So one of the thicker boxes, maybe. We've got to cut them in half. We've got to do that saving, definitely. And looking at that, it looks like it's going to miss. That's going to be under a shelf. That's going to be, we can move the shelf up, put a thinner one in there, or move it up. You know, when we get there, we can just adjust these a little bit to make it fit, because that's from the bottom of a shelf to a top, but it could be from a top to a bottom, you know, whichever way we want it. Yeah, I think it's doable. I think it's well doable. I always like to build from the bottom up, don't I? We don't know what we're going to do with this gap here. The back shelf of doom. See, ordinarily you'd put a bar on here, and I have got a plan, but this is a more long-term plan for this in here. Long-term plan. I want them, it's now. We're going to do the shelves. We're going to do the shelves today. Yeah. We'll have to get the saw out, I think, so that we can cut a nice square, so we don't blow too many, we don't cook it too often. So we're going to have to try and make a nice even joint all the way up here, aren't we? Yeah. Dums. I wish you were all here with me. I'm sure if you're here, are you screaming at the screen? Are you screaming at the screen now? Reggie, I would do it this way. Reggie, I would do it that way. Reggie, I think you should do it that way. But you're not here, are you? You're not here. So it's got to be Reggie's way or no effing way. Yeah. Reggie's way or no effing way, which is part of the fun, isn't it? It's part of the enjoyment. You know, sometimes too many cooks spoil the broth. But I do like bringing you along with me. Yeah, messing about in my shed. Are you enjoying yourself? Come on, stop talking, get on with it. We can get, if we cut these at 10-inch intervals, this bar is 31 inches. 31 inches. Yeah. Well, the wood across is only 11 inches, so we got a 10 inch in the middle there would be perfectly adequate. So we can get three corners per strip, so that helps us. So I've started now. I've got a bee in my bonnet, so I've had to get the lights out. I'm glad it's not raining, or we would be knackered. So the first cut is going to come in here at 41 inches. We're going to do that first, put an end to it. Yeah. So I reckon these boards were cut in metric because look, they are 47 inches. So half 47 is 23 and a half, isn't it? So if you measure 23 and a half, takes you to there. Where's my mark? Yeah, 23 and a half. Oh yeah, that sort of brings you in the middle. 23 and a half. So anyway, we've decided 60 now. 60, so is that 120? Yeah, these boards are measured in metric. 120. So our cut wants to be at 60. Hold on, where's our cut? There's our cut. Cuts want to be at 160. So let's mark a 60 up there. So the easiest way to check if we're at a half is there's 60 there. Let's turn it round. And there's 60 there, look. So if we cut it there, we'll be alright. That's spot on in the middle. And we have put a square on it, look. We put a square on it. I'm a good boy. Although the bench cuts it square anyway. But yeah, we'll cut it there. But we have to turn it. That's not quite long enough to cut it in one. So we're using these tech screws. Our shelves are 60. With a bit of metal on it, we've measured it at 61. So we'll put these in here now at 61 and we'll put our upright in. Checked and they're not coming through, look. They're not coming through the other side, so there's no danger of screwing into the tap and die box in the shelf underneath. It's possible, anything's possible, even that's not going to fit. Still, there we are. So we've cut two of these now, haven't we? Oh, right, so the next job is to bring the, what was it, 41 back in. So we'll put that there now, up there, and then we can begin doing the shelves. So we measured from the bottom to the bottom is 4 inches, isn't it? And that's what we marked. From the bottom to bottom is 4 inches. So if we put is it 4 inches? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was about there. So if we put a level in here, 4 inches, we're where we want to be. So if we have a look, is that level? Yeah, pretty damn it, isn't it? Yeah, so let's bang a screw in there. Let's bang a screw in there. Oh, hold on. Hold tight. We can begin now, can't we? We can begin. The thing when you're on your own, you can clamp it. Really, I should notch that because that should be further away. Really, it's going to put things out a little bit. Let's have a look. Let's put this other shelf in. See how it's going to fit. Oh yeah, if we cut them all the same, that shelf is going to fit. Not bad. Yeah. And it looks a bit cocky-eyed a bit. Yeah, it just wants to be tapped up slightly, and then we can fix it. And then we can, we've got somewhere to begin with to measure, work our way down with the shelves. Yeah, we build them down and then fix them. Do we? No, I can't remember. Anyway, you do them one way and then you pull them apart and then put them back the other way. So let's just correct that a bit, tap that up. It looks a bit wonky. I think that's going to be all right. Okay, we've lost this, but we've gained by being more efficient with our wood. So all we have to do is cut them in half now. We've managed to get a few extra lengths out of there. Won't take long now. Once you get the beginning and we've fixed the bottom, haven't we? Yeah, well, we're going to fix the bottom. We can't get in there, so we might actually stop it moving. We'll probably put a nut and a bolt in there. We'll screw it for now and then go back in with a nut and a bolt. So we can fix that in there. And we'll do the same here. We'll screw them in for now and then, or even halfway, a nut and a bolt it. Yeah, so now we've got the flexibility to change and move up and down, or grow the gap or close the gap. Won't take us long now. I knew I did something wrong. Start from the bottom. Decide what block you need. Decide what piece of wood sits here between your bottom and your next shelf. So I've decided this piece of wood is going to be my spacer now, from the bottom upwards. So we're going to put this here, clamp that together, put the wood on top, and then go up that way. Yeah, so build them from the bottom and fix them from the top. So let's just do this, bang this in, and then when we transfer it over to here, there's going to be a slight difference, but we'll live with that onto the next one. So yeah, so let's bang that in first, and then we'll have another level base to move up. So you know that you've done your right space. That's worked out just fine. That side. So all you have to do now is start from here again, go up, and work your way up to where it suits you. So we'll do this here. That bracket's out the way now, and then we'll go over there, and we'll do that there, and then we'll go up a shelf, up a shelf, up a shelf, up a shelf, up a shelf. Yeah. So the markings were a bit out, mainly because this first mark was 5 inches. We were all right, we'll live with it, but yeah, you build them up and then you dismantle them and then you fix them coming downwards, because of course you need space for your equipment, don't you? So we've got an obstacle in front of us, so there's no point worrying about it until you get there. So we've come here, we've done that one, we've done this one next, and as it turns out, we're going to just about miss it. Just about, we were very lucky. We're just about to gonna sneak underneath it. So we'll put the bracket in, so at least we know the bracket's gonna fit. And whether we're gonna cut it or notch it or whatever, I think the shelf might fit underneath, you know. Might just slot underneath and we might miss it. So don't worry about any obstacles on your way up until you get to them. Yeah, so build. You might be lucky and you might just, might just chance it around it. So we've got ourselves a bit of a wobbler. No big deal. Once you've got it fixed, it'll all tie itself and something will bend and reach something else. So bit inconvenience for going to the next step, but don't worry, we can live with the wobbler. Try and measure it in the middle, because there's a bit of a bend on this wood and maybe they weren't quite straight when they went in. I'll show you how to get round with a wobbler. So it's only boxes of taps and dies that's going on it. So, a lot of cutting, a lot of notching, a lot of just generally messing about. But, let's not use that on this shelf. Disaster averted. Yeah, we can use thinner ones, can't we? We'll use 2 thinner ones. There's a crack in one of these. We'll put that towards the back. We'll put the bit with the crack in towards the back. Slight split in it. Yeah, and then we'll put the best piece. Get rid of that notch. The nicest looking piece towards the front. We'll put that in there in 2 pieces, look. Disaster averted. Woohoo! See? So let's keep climbing and see what happens. Yeah. Let's keep climbing and let's see what happens. Oh damn. The Reggie effect has struck again. I know what it is. Because I sat that on top of there. I should have slacked that off, run it flat. And what makes it even worse, we got a wobble on. But it wouldn't be a Reggie shelf if it looked spot on. So we'll leave that in and let's see what we can do about it. Yeah. We might alter that. See, the holes are slightly elongated, so bring it back a bit. Knock it down, maybe. It's because it's sitting on the edge of that. Slacken that bolt off. Yeah. Don't worry too much about it. We're nearly at the top anyway, so, you know, a bit of a wonky shelf here and there won't really bother it. So, we're coming a bit too far out of specification, is that what they say? Yeah, let's measure the next one more accurately. Yeah, it's a bit, and I've fixed that so I can't bang that in so much. I've already done that one, so we're getting tired now, aren't we? It's coming the end of the day. Oh, expanding foam and a bit of mastic would soon fix that. That's made it worse. Step back a bit. Oh, no problem. No problem. We can live with that. Well, they're going to cause me trouble, they are. Where I'm not going to get a shelf in there, am I? Somewhere. No, even a thin one. So I might just finish this one off. Come across here at 5 inches. And then leave that space in case we get a big box in. Because, you know, they're not all thin boxes. They're all, some of them are fat boxes. So we'll see how we get on and see what fits. And if I'm still short of space, I can always try and jiggle it around a bit, can't I? So now, to match that up, we've got to come 5 inches down from there. Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to put one there, aren't I? Yeah. Too much of a gap. Let's do a bit of measuring and a bit of figuring out. So I want a 2-inch piece, don't I? And I want the hole in the middle, so I'll cut 1 inch off that and cut 1 inch off that. Then the whole thing will be 2 inches, won't it? With a hole in the middle. That's better. That's much better, isn't it? All I did was, there's not a lot of weight. That's enough to hold it. Remember, we're only keeping taps and dies on it, aren't we? By the time we've messed about with that. So now we've got to take all the trim out and then come underneath, fix them in, and we come down and then figure out a plan for this last one, because you won't get your driver in, will you? You'll just have to line up some nuts and bolts, use the brackets and measure your hole. I mean, it could just sit there if you wanted to, but I like them fixed. And then that'd be a whole thing then. Oh, and we've got to make a catch, haven't we? We've got to make a catch so that shuts nicely. Oh. What are we going to do with that gap then? What are we going to do with that gap? Anyway, as usual, the place is more of a mess than I even began to start with. And all this has got to come in and we've got to tidy up. But anyway, I'm quite happy because look, 1 plank, 2 plank, 3 planks, 3.5 planks. Remember, these are the thin ones, aren't they? So we've done okay. We've done okay, I think. Yeah. So that's gonna be all right. Yeah. And we'll discover to put something here. We'll find something else to go in there. Ooh, I'm not really sure of putting a whole load of narrow ones in. Do these fit there? Ooh, they could go in there, couldn't they? But again, I don't like it. I'd rather them on display this width, you know what I mean? I like them like that ideally. But I mean, if we have to, we can put thin boxes in there, can't we? But the trouble is, it's easy to say, it's not easy to do, to try and get another whole lot of shelves in here. Load of aggro in it. Anyway, I'm quite pleased. Yeah, I'm quite pleased. It's okay now, isn't it?